Okay, my name is Paddy Sweeney, do my own introduction, Managing Director of Enprova, and I'm not too sure if everybody in the room is familiar with the Energy Efficiency Obligation Scheme, but basically we're a group of utility companies, mostly oil and some gas, and we have an obligation from the national government to save energy to help Ireland towards their 2020 targets. And we do that in a number of ways, both through residential projects, commercial projects, even fuel poverty projects to help them on their fuel poverty target. So we only have a few minutes today, and I'm just going to quickly go through some of the schemes that we do in order to help some of our commercial clients with their energy savings. And I suppose, given the theme of the conference today, we decided that we'd concentrate on the non-standard supports that we give them. So, like every other obligated party, we support one-off projects. But what we find to be very beneficial to our clients is to help them with stuff outside of the run-of-the-mill or the norm. So what I'm going to go through today is just some of those elements. So maybe that's a quick overview of the Energy Efficiency Obligation Scheme, who we are. So we represent people like SO, Topaz, Maxol, for any of you who aren't familiar with us. So I suppose in working with our larger clients, and we have quite a number of them, we would have come across scenarios whereby energy efficiency was trying to be pushed out within their organisation, and this could be for a number of reasons, be it such as corporate responsibilities, Origin Green perhaps, ISO 26000. So there's a number of reasons why the companies that we work with want to be involved within energy efficiencies within the community. So one of those certainly that would have come up in the last number of years is Origin Green. And within Origin Green there are a number of strands or pillars which you have to be able to satisfy in order to meet registration. So I was just going to take maybe that as an example of one company that we worked with and how we would have helped them achieve that certification outside of the normal run-of-the-mill projects that we'd be doing with them. So in raw material sourcing, you would think fall into the energy efficiency category, but in order to help them meet that pillar, what we would have done with them was a few different schemes I'll go through in a second. With the manufacturing process, we have our normal energy that we do with them with the manufacturing, and then employee well-being and community initiatives are something that we would have strongly helped them with as well. So in relation to raw material sourcing, we're the only obligated party that actually has a programme for collecting energy credits within transport. So we have our what we call EcoFleet, and we do that with large haulage companies anyway. So what we find was that a lot of the larger companies that we're working with, we're actually supporting energy efficient delivery and energy savings within the delivery process, and maybe even weren't aware of it. So we were able to match them up with large hauliers that they were working with, and also take on board their own fleet and make them more energy efficient in order to meet that requirement. What we also did with them was we looked at where their supply chain might be. So this one, for instance, was Origin Green, so it would have been within the dairy sector. What we did was we worked directly with the farmers that were supplying them, and so tried to work out how we could make their supply more energy efficient. And this was done under an SEI scheme, which I'll go into a little bit more detail in a moment. Within the actual company itself, the manufacturing process, we give support to everything from one-off projects right up to installation and maintenance of ISO 50001. So really anything from in between that or from there to start. So everything that's carried out within the organisation, we can manage their whole energy process or just manage it on a one-off basis. So that was a quite easy one which we were doing anyway. Then within the social sustainability element of it, there are two schemes that we would have done for them. Firstly would have been the Better Energy Community Scheme. So that can involve any sort of community. So for instance, one we did with Musgraves was Musgraves in GAA, where Musgraves would have upgraded the energy efficiency to 50 super values, and we would have upgraded the energy efficiency of 50 of their local GAA clubs along with them. And those works would be carried out for free, subsidised by SEI, ourselves and Musgraves. In the instance with the Origin Green, we would have worked with one of our dairy companies to make their farmers more energy efficient, and again the energy efficiency works in that instance would have been subsidised by ourselves, the host client, and by SEAI. So you can take a small group, basically install bespoke technologies, be it for free or at a very minimal cost, just to prove concept, and then you can roll it out across a larger area. Another initiative that we would have done with one or two of the companies was what we call the Employee Home Incentive Scheme, and this involved actually working with their employees, which is another pillar of Origin Green. So I suppose the idea behind it is if you are energy efficient at home, you're more likely to be energy efficient within your organisation. So it involves auditing employees' houses, giving them advice and offering them or benefit of our knowledge on what is suitable for their homes. Within our other remit, within the residential sector, we would have retrofitted about 20,000 homes last year between social and private, so something that we have an in-depth knowledge of. And we would also be able to bring grant aid for the employees to retrofitting their homes. And in some instances, we actually bring finance. So one company that we worked with would have actually financed the work for their employees as well, and we would have managed the whole scheme on their behalf. So I suppose the message that we're trying to get across is that although energy efficiency is great within an organisation, it goes an awful lot broader than that. It goes to your supply chain, your employees, right through everyone and everything within that organisation. And from our point of view, as the largest utility company, or the utility company with the largest targets, it's important that we address all those aspects, not just on a one-off basis what an individual company is doing. So, thank you very much for listening today, and if there's any queries I want to talk, we'll be about afterwards. Thank you.